What's up, guys? It's your boy DJ Soul Force. Today we're gonna do a sneak peek video of the C-Fly Octane, and right away, as soon as you look at this, you'll call this a DJI Mavic Pro clone. The reason I'm calling this a sneak peek video is because I've had some issues with this bird already, guys. Right out of the box, before the review, I attempted to do a test flight video. It wasn't supposed to do what it did. Right out of the box, the C-Fly came out of the box in mode 1, and I was not able to control it. Fortunately for me, my buddy Eric, you guys know him as Scotty, Scotty flies in mode 1, and I had to immediately hand the control over to him, where he took control of the quad and was able to do the initial test flight on it, guys. Let's take a look at it in the box. The C-Fly Octane looks a hell of a lot like like the Mavic Pro, except it's fatter. It's a little bigger and beefier than a Mavic Pro. I have done some research on the company because my first question was, who are these guys? C-Fly. If you check the C-Fly website and do some research like I did, you'll find that C-Fly's been around for a while. Actually, they're a manufacturer of quadcopter parts for a lot of the quads you may have in your collection already. And the first thing they did with the introduction of this bird is to go on record and say that it is not a clone of the Maverick Pro. What C-Fly has attempted to do here, guys, is to come out with a beginner grade GPS drone that can fold, and that would make them first on the market with this product. There's some beginner GPS quads out there, but none of them fold up and have the features that this one has. The Optane comes with a 3-axis gimbal, or 3-axis mini gimbal, guys. So it looks a lot like the Maverick Pro. However, this is a 1080p camera, so they wanted to keep the prices low and make this affordable for beginners. What you're going to find out there while searching websites for the C-Fly is that some of the stores have overinflated their prices, and when I got mine, I immediately wrote back to my sponsor at GearBest to advise them that there were some other websites that has this bird listed a lot cheaper. My issues were that the owner's manual was not up to date with some of the videos online that actually came from the factory. What I found was C-Fly is an eager, up-and-coming company, and they quickly answered all the questions I had with my model, and that was pretty cool. It's pretty cool that they will answer you. If you write to them with any questions or inquiry, you get an answer back, and I can't say that for a lot of other companies out there. Okay, initially out of the box, my first impressions were this quadcopter is not worth the price that they're asking for it. And remember, just like I just said, a lot of the stores set their own prices. There's the manufacturer suggested retail price, and then some stores were quick to bump up the price of this quad without getting the reviews in. So my initial impressions was, this is a toy. It's a hollow plastic shell. Even though it has brushless motors and the foldable props, these blades are not push and a quick release. These blades don't have a quick release. It requires an Allen wrench to remove the screws, and if I'm not mistaken, no Allen wrench came with the with the bird. So that's one of the downs of the C-Fly Optane, was that it didn't come with the proper tools to do minor maintenance on the quad. It did come with a spare set of props. It came with the battery charger, and it has what resembles an intelligent battery, but it's really not that intelligent. But it will tell you the battery voltage level indicator is on the battery, so not too bad so far for the price. The battery is proprietary, and the charger connection is proprietary. Well, it looks like about a 10-pin connector that goes with it. The controller has a battery pack, and it's fairly proprietary as well. The battery pack fits into the remote controller, and once the battery pack is inside the controller, you can plug in the supplied USB charging cable to plug into here. According to the user's manual, when you first plug it in, the LED will be red to show that it is charging. However, when I plugged mine in, mine flashed green. It had a slow green flash. I never got the red charging indicator, and I was not sure if my battery was fully charged or not. A little later, it went to a faster green flash, or like 2 flashes every second or so, and I thought the remote controller was fully charged. I took it out for a flight, and about 3 or 4 minutes into the flight, the quad started returning home, and I couldn't tell whether the onboard battery needed charging or my remote controller. Since then, C-Fly has published a video to show basically what the owner's manual didn't show. So C-Fly was quick to update, and I'll put the link of that video in the description of my video, how to properly power up, how to charge the bird, how to calibrate the compass, and everything we should need to know. So let's go take it out for a quick flight, guys. Okay, guys, I am connected to the app. The 1080p camera on the C-Fly uses a Wi-Fi app to connect your mobile device. Just now when I connected to it, my settings or the properties of that connection told me that this was a 5G connection. So we'll see if we could get some nice range out of this guy. Let me go ahead and see if I can start the onboard recording. Just got a verification tone. Also, the app makes your device vibrate as well. I have a solid green light in the back. I'm calibrated already, guys. Let's go ahead and give it a stick command to start the motors. And it also has a auto takeoff button. I'll give it a short press. It didn't take off. Let's give it a long press. And the bird shut down. I'm not sure what's going on there, guys. Okay. I have a solid green light flight indicator. I'm gonna go ahead and do a manual takeoff. She's in the altitude hold mode, where it's, when you first start it up, you're supposed to put it in altitude hold mode. I'm gonna bring it back over our takeoff point. Right about here, I'm gonna switch to GPS mode. She's struggling. There's a 13-mile-per-hour wind out here today, guys, but she's holding her position. I do have video on my phone. Manual takeoff. She's in the altitude hold mode. There's a gimbal tilt button here. That gimbal tilt seems to be pretty twitchy. When I hit it, it overruns the spot. You can't just tap it and move it slow. The C-Fly is struggling to hold its position. It's varying in altitude. I think we have some rain in our forecast later today, so I'll give it a little slack. Maybe the barometer is struggling a little bit, guys, because our weather conditions are changing. But they're not changing that bad, that fast. She almost hit the ground right there. Let's give it a little altitude. And we should be shooting in 1080p. I have control over the tilt adjustment, and you'll see this on the video because I'm recording using my screen recorder on the phone. Just a tap of the, a slight tap of the gimbal tilt sends the gimbal up and down pretty rapidly. I'd like it if it could slow it down a little bit. Let's take it out a little bit, guys. I don't have my glasses on, but I think somewhere in the app should be telemetry data. I'm not going to fly this one out too far today, guys. Pretty windy conditions. I don't have my spotter with me today. My co-pilot Eric is not with me. Now all of a sudden the bird is rising, and I've only taken it about 80 meters out, and she's returning to home. Pretty reminiscent of the Bayang Toys X21 that kept coming home without giving me any warnings. Why did it come home? That's pretty cool. She came home and she turned around and faced the she faced home, coming home, and right before its descent, it turned around to face the direction that it took off from. Obviously she remembered that spot as a takeoff point and came back pretty close, but I'm still a little confused as to why it came home and what was that all about. Guys, I have no clue, but I do have a solid green light in the back. Flight indicator solid green. Let's go ahead and start the motors up again. Manual start. Let's kill those motors. She's sitting down in an idle position. Let's do an automatic takeoff. Press and hold. And now I know for certain that that is recorded as our return home point. And here you can see the quad drifted over about 1.5 meters. Now she's struggling to get back to its original takeoff point. Pretty hard to see on just the phone app, guys. I don't have any telemetry. I'm not sure how many satellites I'm locked into. Well, I take that back. There's a small number next to the satellite icon, but not too bad. Not too bad. Let's see if I can put myself in the frame as she wobbles around and up and down, almost touching the ground. What the hell are you doing, girl? But I tell you what, guys, so far basically it's working. Let me bring her up a little bit before we start cutting grass out here. That was an automatic takeoff, and I never touched any sticks until just now. She came up, held a position, but then started losing altitude. And there she goes again, down, 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 down. We are facing a 12 or 13 mile per hour headwind. I can see the bird jittering or juddering. She's shaking all over the place. Hopefully the 3-axis gimbal is doing this job. Spin it around and put her in the downwind position. Let's give it some altitude. That bird is vibrating all over the place. Let's see if we can get a close up there. Look. I'm not sure if my run cam or hat cam gonna be able to pick this up. You can see the arms vibrating all over the place. And that's no big deal if your gimbal and your dampening system works. So let's take it up. Short fly around. This bird's supposed to be able to do 27 miles per hour. I'm not sure what's going on. I think she's doing an automatic return to home again. So we could say the fail-safes worked pretty well. From here to that parking lot is not even 30 meters, guys, and she went behind the pavilion, got lost for a second, and then decided to come back home again. This bird has a promised 23 minutes of flight time, and so far I haven't been able to get 5 minutes of flight time without some kind of unknown issue going on. Everything looks fine here, guys. We're remote control connected. I'm gonna try one more quick test, guys. This video is gonna have to be completed in parts. First of all, it has a lot of listed features, and I want to test those features and give you the results of them one by one. That's going to take a little longer than I had allotted for this quad today. And apparently it's a 5G Wi-Fi FPV, guys. Wi-Fi FPV I'm not a big fan of, but it seems to be working. I couldn't test the long range distance on it because the bird won't allow me to fly it to the end of the tree line here. There we go. Sneak peek at the C-Fly Octane. I got this one from gearbest.com, guys. It's your boy DJ Soul Force. Pow! I'm out of here.